In the heart of the bustling city of Everspring, 7-year-old Sophie was known for her vivid imagination and boundless energy. Her curly red hair bounced with every step she took, her eyes sparkled with curiosity, and she always wore a small backpack filled with her adventure essentials: a magnifying glass, a notebook, colored pencils, and her lucky charm, a tiny compass that her grandfather had given her. Sophie loved nothing more than to embark on make-believe adventures in her backyard, turning every rock into a hidden treasure and every tree into a secret hideout. But one ordinary Saturday morning, Sophie's imagination would lead her to an adventure unlike any other. As Sophie was playing under the big oak tree in her backyard, she noticed something glimmering in the bushes. She pushed aside the leaves and found an old, tattered map. The paper was yellowed with age, and the edges were frayed, but the ink was still clear and vibrant. The map was unlike any Sophie had ever seen. It was filled with swirling patterns, strange symbols, and fantastical creatures. At the top it read, "The Daydreamer's Map." With excitement bubbling inside her, Sophie ran inside to show her mom the map. Her mom, who was used to Sophie's wild discoveries, smiled warmly and said, "Looks like you've found your next adventure, sweetie. Just be back in time for lunch." Sophie nodded eagerly and skipped off to her room to prepare. She packed her essentials, donned her favorite explorer hat, and set off, following the map's winding path. The journey began in her backyard, but as Sophie followed the map, she felt a strange sensation, as if the world around her was shifting. The familiar surroundings of her neighborhood began to blur, and suddenly, she found herself in a vibrant, enchanted forest. The trees were tall and twisted, their leaves shimmering with 1,000 shades of green. The air was filled with the sweet scent of blooming flowers and the sound of birds chirping melodious tunes. She couldn't believe her eyes. The map was no ordinary map. It was a gateway to a magical world. Sophie's heart raced with excitement as she ventured deeper into the forest. She was guided by the map's shifting illustrations, which seemed to move and change as she walked. She soon encountered a friendly rabbit named Oliver, who wore a tiny waistcoat and spoke in a posh accent. "Greetings, young traveler. I see you possess the Daydreamer's map. I would be honored to accompany you on your journey." Sophie, delighted to have a companion, happily agreed. Together, they navigated through the forest, solving riddles and overcoming obstacles. They crossed a sparkling river on a bridge made of intertwined vines, climbed a towering hill to get a better view of their surroundings, and even outsmarted a mischievous group of fairies who tried to lead them astray. As they traveled, Sophie and Oliver became fast friends. Oliver spoke of his wish to find a legendary treasure said to be hidden in the heart of the enchanted forest, a treasure that could grant any wish. Sophie, always up for a challenge, promised to help him find it. Their adventure took them to a grand castle made of crystal. Inside, they met a wise old owl named Archimedes, who guarded the entrance to the treasure chamber. "To enter," Archimedes said, "you must each share a dream that is closest to your heart.